Greetings everyone, what is up? It's Steve again here at Top Tier Arcade. We are now actually in the garage. And this could be it. This could be it. This is going to be part 8. And with a little bit of luck and a little bit of skill, this can be all 22 games in my collection working at the same time after 12 years in the hobby. I've been a bit exhausted, but I have to keep pushing because this is so important to me, both emotionally and even physically now, because moving these things are no joke. And I'm looking at the two biggest ones. Oh, I'm dead. So these are the last 2 games that we have to get working in the collection. And God, do I miss neo-geo. Look at this beautiful 6 slot. I can't wait. It's been 7 years. And of course, last but not least, the Street Fighter 1 1987 deluxe cabinet. If those that haven't seen my past videos, this game was in It Chapter 1 and 2, the remake they did just a few years ago. And what a great experience that was. The stories I have, I can't wait to tell you, but not yet. First, Street Fighter 1, the ball broke on set. I had to replace it temporarily. We have to look at that. I hacked the monitor pretty badly. This was all my fault because I did a stupid conversion. But it works, but it's just hacky. I have to look at that to make sure it's safe. Be able to have my arcade guys and monitor guys look at it. But let me get it first. I want to kind of learn. I need artwork for this. That's going to come at a later date. They're going to remake the marquee for the deluxe version. We'll see. And again, it shows that there's a remnants of, I sweeped it, of mouse droppings. And Mary actually thinks that one may have got in there. So we literally might see a dead mouse. I hope not, God, because again, this board's expensive. neo-geo Slick 6, I know the power supply needs replacing. I have 2 downstairs, but I don't know the output. I think only one of the EL panels work, but I might actually talk to Eddie, pinballleds.ca, because he sells them to maybe make a kit. And I want to light up the neo-geo here, which is not normally done. And maybe have a toggle switch if I want it on and off to kind of be original or just more bright. But we will see. The monitor, if I remember, was working great. Knock on wood. These worked. Yeah, everything worked as far as the select, and as did the memory card and the headphones. How ahead of their time were they, eh? So amazing. I found the keys, which are great. This one, I have to go through the back, or I'm going to have to drill this out. The keys were lost on set. They thought it was just debris, when we wrapped, and they threw my keys away. So I may have to drill that. And look at that. That's actually fake spider web. See, it's like glue. Fake spider web when it was on set, because he was in an abandoned arcade, if you haven't seen it. But either way, so that's kind of cool. Anyways, that'll be cleaned up. I'm going to be back. I'm going to open and show you what's inside. And maybe we can get to just cleaning them up and finally trimming them on. And we'll go from there. All right, so we've had some progress here. I have unscrewed all of the back doors, and let's take a look in. What a rat's nest. Good news is no rats, literally, thank God. Bad news is look at this hack job. I mean, I screwed it up before, and then I had to do a ugly repair on set, but you know what? It worked, and everyone was happy. So that has to be revisited. Power supply was known working. I've cleaned it up a little, just blew it out. If you guys want to see a Street Fighter 1 original arcade board, there was 2 versions. This was the one without the hose inputs, because the original games had 2 big punching pads, like blue and red, and one is punch, one and kick, and the harder you hit it, the bigger it would be fierce jab or short. The cool thing is about that is I actually created the 6-button controller, as you see today, because why? Kids were hitting like this and broke the wrist and sued Capcom. That's a true story. So they had to change to the six buttons to represent the different strength of attack. How neat is that? Let's go to neo-geo. Actually, this is a good segue. Look how big the neo-geo carts are. These are the MVS. And I have 6 of them because of the 6 slot, and that's a 161 in 1. Here's the back of the neo-geo. Look how clean this is. Probably because I never touched it. That is why. Very clean. I'm still going to wipe it down. I'm going to eventually test that power supply and see if it works. Maybe I just didn't know more about it. Coinbox has a list of things to do from 2015, and then some quarters and whatnot. I found the keys in here, which is good. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to get to those EL panels and see if I can get a replacement. I spoke to Eddie, and he goes, about a year ago, and he goes, yeah, Steve, we can do it. It seems to be pretty straightforward. And we'll look into that anyways. That's later on. So we're going to clean this up and wipe it down. Before so, you guys want to see an even bigger PCB? This is the 6 slot. It's a pretty rare one to get working anyways. I know it's been a bit problematic, but for me it's been okay. And here's the best part. Here's the best part. Man, sometimes I do good things, and I did. I removed the battery years ago. It was right there. It was a little button cell red battery, and I removed it, thank God. Should have done a pretty good clean job. And we'll look at replacing that. I'm going to clean this as well. Yeah, I have to clean that. I haven't cleaned that. I want to just put a spray of deoxit, because getting these things working, apparently, last I heard, and friends of mine that run arcade said, you just have to wiggle them and reseat them so often, and especially because the heat, and they become working again. So when I come back next, I'm going to actually wipe these down and make them look as best as they can, and then make a list of what we have to do. And of course, check the power, check the voltages, make sure we get a nice 5 volt or a 12 volt, whatever's needed. And we're going to turn it on and see if we can get these two last working. And we are finally done with getting all the games working, and I can't wait. So the neo-geo is cleaned up very, very nice. Tinted glass looks beautiful. Control panel looks pretty good. It's a bit uneven because of the heat. You can just get a heat gun. This, I'm going to look at that later. This is, I want to get this powder coated. I'm going to look into that. Now, we've run into some bad news. Damn it. Well, if it was going to happen, it was going to happen. This power supply checked out with all the voltages. +5 was good, -5, all the thing. 12, it was good. The fan was a bit stuck once I hit it at work, but what happened when I plugged it in, the flyback started to spark and arc. And this right there, it started to burn. You see that? See the discoloring? It started to smell, started to spark. I unplugged it, and then I didn't know where it was coming from, and then I did it again. I'm like, yep, no, it was right there. So that flyback is toast. Now, did it take out the monitor? I don't know. So that is unfortunate news. So I'm going to have my monitor guys have to look at that. Damn it. So that's going to delay things. And then next thing, I'm going to clean up Street Fighter. I'll come back and at least try to get this working. And we'll go from there. The good news is I took out the PCB before because I was just cleaning it. I was going to get deoxit and do this, and now it's going to be delayed because obviously I can't get this working probably anytime soon. So this will be a pretty big delay, but it is what it is. That's what happens when you have things stored for so long, what to do. So I'm going to get some advice on that. I'm going to keep going, and that's an unfortunate blow, but got to keep positive. Okay, we'll go to Street Fighter 1. We'll check the voltages again, and we'll go from there. Okay, so it's been a few hours, and Street Fighter 1 has cleaned up nice, if I may say. Really, really nice. The glass is unfortunately scratched. It happened when they spray painted it in one of the scenes, and then they used an abrasive cloth to clean it because it stained on the glass. But what to do? It looks really, really nice. Those are hard to get off. I'll get to that maybe a bit later. But here's the most important update. Yes, it looks pretty. Yes, it looks nice. Nice and organized there. I turned on the power, just about to check the voltage on the power supply, and the anode cup started to spark. And it was a little like, smelled like burning, but nothing like the neo-geo. That was a problem, but it wasn't the flyback. I looked up and the anode was sparking. And see, it's a bit daunting because it could be very dangerous. I messaged my monitor guy and I'm like, look, man, can you give me some advice? He goes, Steve, because I was cleaning it and I was using my blower right there, it's pretty powerful. It went under the lip of the anode. He goes, it's probably dirt and debris. And he goes, leave it for now. Well, when I come, I'll clean that for you. We'll tinker with the monitor if I can. We'll get neo-geo done and replace the flyback. Whew, it's been over a month. Parts had to be ordered, organizing the time when we're going to see friends. It's been such a great summer too. We really want to enjoy the weather when we have it. It is limited in Canada. And Chris and Eugene said, Steve, we're ready to go. We have all the parts. Let's do it. Let me give you an update. Things are a bit moved out, so I moved the Street Fighter 1 cab out and the neo-geo 6 slot. When we last saw it, the neo-geo 6 slot flyback was arcing and actually burning the wires, and it was scary and very dangerous. That now has been replaced. Chris and Eugene came. They've been amazing, man. Great buddies, and they just took the chassis out. Chris is like, look, man, let me just make you a new chassis. It's ready to go. Great news is also, Eugene also put a battery, a button cell battery for the 6 slot in the neo-geo, so that's done. The reason I don't have the cage on it is because they're going to come back, and I'll explain why later on, because they want to put in the unibias, on the board, so you can manipulate the games and levels of difficulty and unlock characters and whatnot. And then also change this power supply, which works, but the fan is dying on it. And also there's a better connector they said that they'll make. So that now is working. We've tested it. We'll turn it on. But that's what had to be done to these games to get them to work. So far so good. I'll turn those on in a second. On to the last but not least, my grand jewel of my collection. Yes, the PCB is being held by a wad of paper towel. The irony. Look, man, it's working, and here's what we had to do. So this is interesting. I learned something today. Maybe this can help you, honestly, sincerely. So Eugene's like, hey, Steve, do you have Dielectric grease? I'm like, of course I don't. Like, why would I have that? He goes, look, here's what's happening. So up in the anode right there, under the anode, there was dust because I blew out the game in the last part you just saw. And it was arcing. Obviously, you saw it as well. So Eugene's like, damn, because it started to arc out and burn the inside of the anode cup. And that voltage can be traveled down because of the particles of the dust because they conduct into the tube itself. He goes, Steve, you may have blown the tube. I'm like, no. So what he said was, look, he turned it on. He cleaned it up. And what happened was it was making a static sound, like an old record. He's like, that's not good because there's air going in between and eventually it might screw up the monitor. So that's why he asked me, do you by any chance have Dielectric grease? We quickly went to Canadian Tire, which is a Canadian store, like an Ace Hardware or a Home Depot type. And we bought it. And then what he did is he would just kind of like scooping out of peanut butter out of the jar, he just spread it around it. It sealed it like enough. The old version used to be like a white, he was saying, and he would use to crack and dry up. This grease is really good. It's automotive quality. It's a higher resistance to heat, and it works really well. So it's working now great. This needs a cap kit. Chris hates these. He goes, Steve, I hate them, but we'll do it next time because they have raster lines. And other than a few bumps in here and there, we're going to get these to work. So this was working. neo-geo was working. Here we go. Let's turn on the neo-geo 6 slot. And let's cross our fingers that it works. Here we go. 3, 2. There we go. Neck low. Power supply a bit loud. How iconic. God, what a childhood. The 90s, greasy pizza, a great pop, watching people play this game. It didn't have as many buttons as Street Fighter. I didn't understand. It was supposed to be retro. This was supposed to be a Street Fighter killer. It's so loud. Oh shit. That was so loud. Beautiful separation in stereo. I think that's not enough. So success. neo-geo 6 slot, beautiful. Now, let me take you. All right, Street Fighter, you're my last one left. This looks terrible, I know. But it's secure, not touching anything. Here we go. The last one left. 3, 2. Monitor is holding. Here we go. Come on. Yes. A little blurry, but it'll go away. Yes. There it is. Street Fighter on the mid-coin. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. Yes. That's the credit. There we go. Just a little of the blue, but that doesn't matter. It's working. It's working. I have to adjust it a bit. Okay, so we're gonna need a cap kit on this. So I'm not too worried about the monitor right now because you can see the raster lines. Chris is like, don't worry. Next time we come, we're gonna do that and more. So we're done. But here's what we're going to do first. I'm going to just take some time quick and I'm going to put them in position so they're a little more presentable. Plug them in and then wait till it gets dark and turn on every game in my collection, all 22, for the first time in 12 years. This is a monumental moment. Here we go. All right, here we go. Hull gun's working. Let's see. Mary, follow me, please. Here we go. So, Double Dragon Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, Killer Instinct 1, Killer Instinct 2. Come behind me, please. In this room, Miss Pac-Man and Frogger. We have Hobbit LE, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles LE also with official topper. All right. So this will be the sitting and chill area and smoking area. We have my neighbor gave me this ultra plush, ultra big, and it kicks out. That's going to be in the corner. You're going to have a carpet, 2 3-seater, Mary, whatever. This will be upstairs, so the feet can kick out. That should be a bed. We'll see. Beautiful mounted TV. God, I'd love to be there having a cigar, right? Sick. Gas fireplace, beautiful. Sega Blast City. The marquee game is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Dielectric. This is the Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. The Antonio Inoki slot machine, Pajin's slot machine. A lot of kids are liking that lately. So the Pinball Row, Pinball Alley, we got Atlantis EM, RoboWar Gottlieb. By the way, I fixed this. I got it from Boston Pinball. It's a power supply. It was like $80. Like whatever, good enough. It works beautiful. So shout out to Boston Pinball. It works great.
Swords of Fury by Williams, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Data East, and of course Bram Stoker's Dracula. And right to your right here, Mary is Super Sprint, looking beautiful. The bar will be added to here and there. We will eventually have a popcorn machine that goes there. A few other things that I'm thinking of, we'll see. And that's the basement. So it has come along so well. We are this close. Now, let's jump to the garage. Mary, I'm going to turn on the neo-geo 6-slot and the Street Fighter 1 arcade machine. And let's do it. We can finally put this to rest after 12 years. Let's jump to the garage. And here they are. Working, working, working. Neo Geo 6-slot, currently Art of Fighting is on, slot 1. Street Fighter 1, also working. Eugene and Kristen, an amazing job. New chassis, beautiful. This has to be done, but no problem. We have things to do with this. I've unplugged the marquees because they don't work. They're burned out, the EL panels. I'm going to have these replaced. That's something in the new year. I'm going to see if I can create a kit, talk to Eddie. Obviously, I have to play around with it, do the UnoBIOS, tinker with it a bit. This is going to be even more beautiful than that. I want to maybe powder coat that one day, but we'll see. Memory card, headphones. Mary, this has headphones, eh? You can actually, yeah, it's so ahead of its time. You can actually put headphones. And yeah, really, really cool. Yeah, that's Samurai Showdown. It's doing that because it's not seated well. Don't worry, it'll switch. Street Fighter 1, of course, is my baby. This is the jewel of the collection. This was in the It Chapter 1 and 2. If you guys are the first time seeing my channel, this was on set, played by actors, and it was amazing. But this is a huge moment. Mary, every game is working. 22 games. Turn off the light, please. Do you mind? 22 games. Every one in my collection worked, Mary, for the first time. And you were here to see it all. All the trials and tribulations. If you can kindly just maybe come back a bit and pin her. Let me get out of the way. Yeah, they look really... I mean, they'll look way better with the lit up marquee. So what happens, Mary, you've never seen them, is these will light up based on which game, because you can select. The Neo Geo marquee was never lit up, but I actually want to do that, and an option to turn it on and off just to give it a little more attention. And then again, obviously look at the Street Fighter 1, the raster lines. Chris is like, don't worry, we'll do a cap kit, and we'll do that when we come back next time. This still needs work internally because I butchered it like an idiot, especially on set. But the truth is, this is absolutely stunning. I can't wait to start playing and tinkering with these as well. But Mary, we did it. I can't believe it. We did it. Let me turn the light on real quick. And well, I'm happier than I look, but I'm exhausted. Mary, we've been going straight since we bought the house. Mm-hmm. Like moving these. Do you guys know that I had to go to a chiropractor because moving these with Doug, I actually pulled one of my tendons when Killer Instinct fell on me. Also when Pierre and Francesco was helping me, I pulled a tendon. All Killer Instinct weighed down, and I'm working on that. Not bad. 8 out of 10. I still have to strengthen it. But this looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get it working. I bet you that's bubble bubble, isn't it? Or bust a move. Idiot core. I have to reseat it. Reseating is up on and I have to clean them. But we did it. Every game working for the first time in 12 years. Storage at my buddy's place. Storage at my parents. Storage at my parents' garage. Storage at my parents' basement. The apartment. Friends' basements. This basement. Garage. So many people have helped me along the way. So many people. And I'm so grateful for so many of them. But we're not going to let up yet. Version 1.5 is growing as far as things that we got to get. Couch, popcorn machine, I mean, it's coming, but funds gotta save, and also just make sure that the priority of family and us is number one, and also the house, which is beautiful and gets better every day. Mary, you are the reason that I've kept this hobby in my heart, because you've accepted it. And a lot of my friends ask me, how the hell can you convince your wife to even have 22, let alone one? There's a lot of backstory that you guys don't know about, that Mary and I had a lot of good talks, and there's reasons. But, the truth is, when we have friends come over and their kids and whoever, from 3-year-old to a 78-year-old, everyone is playing. They find it interesting. They can't understand I have that many, and they love it. So it has been a blessing and a bit of a curse, because it's a tough hobby. You always have to tinker. I'm not good at it. I got to pay what to do. But I am ecstatic. I can sleep easy. I'm finally going to go shave. God be with me all this time. So far it's been really good. And guys, look, it's been a pleasure. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, smash that like button. Do it for the hobby. Do it for gaming, retro, so much more to come. And it has been a pleasure. Everyone that's been with me from day one to today. If you viewed it, if you've subscribed, if you've liked, if you commented, if you gave me feedback, both negative and positive, I thank you. I need it. I need to get better, and I have to keep going, because I don't want to now think, okay, it's over and I can move. Thank you so very much for checking out Top Tier. More to come. Part 9 will come. All the very, very best. Peace.